All right. This is straight from the horse's mouth, or the equivalent to the horse's mouth. And we're going to talk about this and whether or not you should or shouldn't return the Asus ROG Ally. But here's a spoiler. Do whatever the fuck you want to do with your device. Your money, you spent money on it, do what you want to do with it. Let's go ahead and get to the video. All right, welcome everyone to another episode of the show. I don't know if I want to say if this is a decked up episode or not, but this is going to be going on decked up anyway. So this is going to be a special episode. It's not going to be one of the numbered ones, but we're going to be talking about this. And the reason I want to talk about it because this popped up and I started seeing this all over social media. And then I started seeing YouTubers pop up making videos about this. And I really feel like I'm taking crazy pills. You know, like I know I'm taking pills to grow my hair back. It's, y'all know bald spots. And the reason for that is because both going through years of chemo radiation and treatments and also having alopecia, I lost a lot of my hair. So I've been doing microbleeding and all that, or micro needling and whatnot, and different treatments, holistic treatments to grow my hair back. So far, it's worked. A little patchy, but it is what it is. I know that has nothing to do with ROG Ally, but you know, I always get that one asshole or several assholes every video who makes fun of the fact that, oh, man, you look like, you looking like you old and your hair falling out and all that. Well, yeah, motherfucker, I went through cancer treatment. I could have died. I had stage 3 colorectal cancer. Like, fuck you. You know, like no shit. My hair fell out. Anyways, besides the point, I just want to get that little rant out there because it wouldn't be me if I didn't, take a shot like that at the dumb fuckery that we always get within the comment section. But anyways, I want to talk about this whole thing with the ROG Ally and the micro SD card slot overheating. So, as many of you guys know, I eventually fell victim to the whole issue with the micro SD card. My 1 terabyte, which I have a SanDisk 1 terabyte A2 V30 card, just completely stopped working, stopped reading, was messing up the functionality of the ROG Ally until I took it out and then it worked fine, right? And you guys know that with the various updates that we've had with the ROG Ally from Asus, from the BIOS and firmware and all this other stuff, the performance has gotten a lot more stable. But regardless of that, people are still out here, claiming that they have had issues with the ROG Ally, that they've had to, RMA it or they've returned it and bought another one, or they're, then you got the folks that are just like, oh, just get a Steam Deck, just get a Steam Deck, just get and look, if I got a goddamn Steam Deck, I don't want to have to. Like, stop trying to tell people to go sign up to the Church of Lord Gaben. Like, goddamn. I'm just saying, it gets really annoying. And this is going back to what I said about like taking the crazy pills, because I don't know how many people remember how many issues the Steam Deck had at launch. Micro SD card issues, OS issues, just various performance issues. People say it bricked several micro SD cards that they had. And you also had the whole issue with the docking, like certain docks were like bricking the Steam Deck, right? So I say all that to say I'm not defending Asus for even, I agree. The micro SD card slot should have been on the bottom. There may be a reason the engineers who made the RG Ally, no, maybe they put that up there for a reason. I don't know. If I was making it, that shit would have been on the bottom or the back. I talked about this in another episode. But nonetheless, the thing that's just really getting annoying is just, the general negativity and fear mongering that has come from so many Steam Deck content creators and various other YouTubers. And I get it. That's your cash cow. You made a fuck ton of money and views and subs and all that covering Steam Deck, and to the point, well, that's open to other opportunities. You see a lot of these Steam Deck folks covering A&EOs and all this other stuff and Unreal and all the things, the opportunities that they have gotten if they hadn't, that they wouldn't have had if they just never covered Steam Deck. So, and I'm not knocking them. You hustle, you get your money where you get it, collect the bag how you get it. But what I'm annoyed with is the narrative, right? it's that narrative that the, before we even got the Ally, right? It was already there that it was a bad thing from these creators, which annoyed the hell out of me, which is why I was roasting them for so long. And then even to the point I had them in my DMs like, oh, you've been saying a lot of things about Steam Deck creators. Yeah, I have. And I see the fuckery for what it is. Am I not allowed to talk on that? I mean, hell, I was in the Discord. I saw a lot of shit. So, anyways, all that being said, now we've gotten feedback from ROG. So I'm gonna read this off right now. And this is from the Reddit, and the person who posted this was Wits on Gordon, or Whitson Gordon, Wits on, however you want to say it. So Whitson Gordon, right? So he stated, "Good morning, everyone. HQ has released a new statement regarding their work on the Ally's SD card reader. We want to thank the community for passionate response, or for the passionate response we received for the ROG Ally. Your support has been both immense and invaluable. So we've been hard at work. Sorry, look, I have dyslexia. I'm working. I'm doing the best I can. Anyway, we've been hard at work to improve a number of things after confirmation from internal testing under certain thermal stress conditions. The SD card reader may malfunction. Okay, they admit. Look, let's not take things out of proportion. Look, they said after confirmation from internal testing under certain thermal stress conditions. I want to know what they did specifically. But anyways, so whatever those certain, thermal stress conditions they did verify it may malfunction. Not that it will, because we still have people saying they're not having issues with their ROG Ally, right? You got a lot of people. You have more people saying they haven't had an issue with it than they are saying that they have. Not discrediting anyone, because I mean, any new device that comes out, especially when it's a new category for a major company, it is always going to be a few in that batch or a good number. And you got to look at it. How many hundreds of thousands, if not millions, are being made? Of course, there's going to be some in that batch that are not going to be working up to snuff. And if you get it, remain that shit, return it, get something else, or tinker if you want to fucking do it. Because I had some dumbass in the comments like, oh, if you don't want to tinker, it's a handheld Windows computer. If you don't want to tinker, then you might as well get a Nintendo Switch to, get that. Fuck you, Jesus Christ! Like, I ain't got all the goddamn time in the world to be, it's like running around chasing a little 2-year-old. The motherfuckers be going, and you just like, yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. But anyways, just, sorry, I get a lot of stupid comments in the comment section. So anyway, if I respond to it, and if you're the one I'm talking about, and you don't like what I'm saying, hey, there you go. That's how I feel about it. Fuck you. Keep moving. Go touch grass. Anyways, so going on with this, it says to alleviate the issue, we will be releasing an update that further fine tunes the default and minimum fan speeds on the device to improve reliability while keeping fan noise in check. As we know, this is a concern for many of you. So basically, they're gonna do another thing to increase the fan curve that would fix some of these issues, if not all of them, with the overheating. And the thing is, if you're playing this nonstop at turbo speeds, of course, that's going to generate a lot of heat, right? But anyways, if you are currently experiencing issues with your SD card reader, please contact cl-adrian at asus.com for the US, or contact customer service for your region to RMA your unit, which we will inspect for any issues and repair. Now, this is what I'm not seeing other people talk about, which is what's really confusing to me. So, what is it you people want? Do you want to just bash Asus because, okay, the design, they put the micro SD card slot on the top. They shouldn't have done that, right? So we're going to bash them to high hell for doing that, but ignore the complete fact that they're willing to not only RMA your unit and fix it, repair any issues with it. They're put big, and I've said this before, they can't to continue making this, and I'm sure with whatever investors they have or companies and whatnot, they have, partnerships with for this device, they have to do everything they can to make sure this is not a monumental flaw. Now you got all the people that are amplifying all the issues. Where the fuck are the people that are amplifying the things that Asus is willing to do? So it's fuck them for communicating, having an open line of communication for getting your device fixed. Really? I know they have bad customer service, but they're very active in their Discord. They're very active with really working with getting this fixed for end users. So I don't understand that. I don't understand why we're not amplifying the good that they're doing as much as we're amplifying the bad. It's the thing. But anyways, yeah. So as I've said before, I'm not discrediting anyone who has had issues with the micro SD card slot not working due to overheating issues. They're acknowledging it. So the thing I want to know is, what were the certain thermal stress conditions that they tested that may cause the failure? And what are they going to do? Like, what is their long-term game to fix this issue? That is something I personally want to know, because we don't know that. I haven't had any issues with my ROG Ally. I did not return it. I've not RMA'd it. Like you guys know, I've told you guys I put a 1 terabyte Lexar micro SD card in it. I've tested Samsung Evo cards, Pro Plus cards. I've tested other cards with it. It's only the SanDisk ones that I'm having issues with. I know people have been in my comments saying that they've had other cards fail on them. I feel bad that that's happening, but nonetheless, I'm not, I haven't had any issues with it. Yeah, I did have to do a factory reset on it, and that fixed a lot of the issues. Plus, it did several updates. I haven't, I'm keeping mine. So ultimately, am I going to tell you what to do with your fucking money and your fucking device? No, I'm not going to tell you. If you feel like you need to RMA it, and they've stated themselves, if you want to RMA it and get it fixed, repaired, inspected, they're going to do it, right? I'm sure they're covering the shipping costs and everything too. Well, if you're in the US, I don't know about international. But, it's just, again, I want to state this because I asked this question previously. Why are none of the people who have gotten review units and none of the big YouTubers that physically have one that they paid for, that they weren't sent reviews, why are none of them reporting issues? Now, granted, I'll tell you how this YouTube thing works. A lot of people get a device, they will use it, then they'll never touch it again. And if you want confirmation of that, Harris Heller even said it himself. I mean, he got the same audio interface I have, which I got sent it by Avery Media, Avery Media partner. They sent the live streamer Nexus to me, they sent it to him. And when he was talking about replacements for this thing behind me, which is the Go XLR, he was talking about, of course, Elgato, because he's paid by them. He's sponsored. No shade at him for that. But, he listed all these other alternatives to the Go XLR, but then admitted, oh, I haven't touched this in forever. I don't, I didn't like it then. They never went back and touched it. A lot of these YouTubers, they don't go back and touch something that they've worked on.
Avery Media released the Nexus a couple years ago, which is kind of like if you were to take a Go XLR and a Stream Deck and just like mush them together. I really liked the concept, like the idea in theory, but there were a couple things about the execution that I felt fell short. But I haven't tested it since I first got it, so it's possible they've fixed a lot of those problems. I'd recommend you check it out.
It's a one and done. That's just how it is. Is that bad? I mean, it's up to you how you feel about that. I think it's just as a thing where it's like, okay, nobody else is reporting on these issues. All right. So is it is this like more of a not really an isolated, but kind of an isolated situation where only, out of if we knew how many units were shipped out so far globally, and we knew or we had the metrics to be able to know how many are defective, I personally feel like that would be very informative. I think a lot of people are just jumping the gun. There's a lot of folks that just don't like Windows, they don't like Asus, and you got a lot of creators out here that are scared of the bag being taken and subscribe to the Church of Lord Gaben. I'm just saying. Look, and if you think I got a dog in this race, bro, I got this. I got the ROG Ally, I got the Steam Deck, I got Nintendo Switch, I got a gaming PC, I got a whole nother setup here. I got PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5 over there, Series S, PlayStation 5 out there, another Nintendo Switch. I got consoles. Paid for my own fucking money. So I'm just saying. I, I'm a gamer. I'm not a console fanboy or a PC elitist. I'm not any of this. If it's a game I want to play, I'm gonna play it. I don't care. I don't have stock in these companies. You know, I'm not out here because a lot of creators do this, and this really pisses me off because I see it so much. I'm not one of these creators that's up here brown nosing and just licking around the rim of these companies' assholes to get something. Right? I keep it 100. If there are issues, and I know I generally have positive reviews on stuff, but when I review something, I'm going to tell you every issue I've run into it with it, And I continue to use devices that I've done reviews on, unless it's like there's a newer model. Like right now, I'm testing out this right here. This is from Rocket. This is their new wireless gaming mouse. This is the Vulcan 2 Mini Air, which is their wireless variation on the white keyboard back there that I've been using, right? Only reason I'm not using that anymore, because I've already done the comparison and the review will be coming out soon. But, when I move on to a newer device that's an iterative, I don't continue using the previous. But I'm not someone who's going to get some, do a video, and that's it, right? I will still outside of iterative releases, I will continue to code back. So I'm just saying, don't take everything these YouTubers tell you at face value. And that can apply to me. If you want to, apply it to me too. It's just, I'm sick of the narrative. Is there an issue with the Ally? Yes. Are they working on it? Yes. Should you return it? Do whatever the fuck you want to do. You pay for it. If you feel you need to return it, return it. If you don't feel like you need to return it, don't return it. But having blind faith or trusting a lot of these folks who are putting out narratives, you can tell where their mindset is when you see the alternative of what they're criticizing. I've been in this game long enough to see a lot of the bullshit for what it is, and that's how I feel about a lot. But anyways, getting back to this whole thing, I know it was a whole ramble, but it happens. This whole situation, the ROG Ally, they gave all of us options. You want it repaired, looked at, serviced, inspected, all that stuff. Here's the email address. Contact us. Let's get this squared away. They could have just been radio silent and not gave a fuck and be like, hey, that's isolated issues, or just completely ignored it. They're not. Give them some fucking credit for that. Just again, I've had issues with Asus before. You guys know I had the ROG M16 2021 laptop. That motherfucker fried, right? It just internally failed. And here's the thing, Asus, when I contacted them, because I sent out to them multiple times for repair, that sucker fried, and they gave me a full refund to get whatever. Like, here's your money. That happened to me. They didn't have to do that. Especially 2 years out from when I originally had it. I bought it in 2021. I got my refund this year, beginning of this year. So I give them credit. They didn't have to take care of me like that. The fact that they're putting out messages like this, that says a lot to me. So that's my stance on it. I think, you know, we got a lot of people that don't know what the hell they're doing with Windows, who have no experience with Windows. We got a lot of fucking YouTubers out here with agendas because they're trying to collect a certain bag. And on top of that, negativity gets you more clicks than positivity. If y'all understand the YouTube thing, and that's why you get, certain things more so recommended. That's the whole thing. And then you got the other folks that you know, they just hate Windows. Is what it is. But that's my stance. Do whatever the hell you want to do. I'm glad that they have feedback and whatever their testing is. That's the main thing I would like to know. What is their testing? What situations? Of course, they're probably not going to fully reveal that, but it doesn't seem like been able to, like, I don't know, like mass replicate this issue constantly. So if you feel you need to RMA it, RMA it. If you don't, then don't. At the end of the day, it's your money. You do what you want to do with it. You pay for it. Take what I'm saying. Take what other folks are saying. Take the fucking clickbait folks are saying. You do what you feel is best. All right. That's at the end of the day, that is the best course of action. Whatever you think is best. And I understand we're in this era now where the influencer and this whole thing where people just turn their brain off and they want someone else to think for them. I'm just gonna tell you, you do whatever the fuck you want to do. Like the Hodge twins used to say before they went too political, right? So, that's my stance on it. But hopefully, you guys, whatever you're gonna do with it, let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think of this video. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, I don't care. If you want to make fun of me for being bald or having bald spots and trying to grow my hair back, hey, whatever. If you make fun of someone who got cancer, that's a special place in hell for me. Just saying. Anyways, um, let's talk about it. Comment section down below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it. Thumbs up if you loved it. Subs if I'm using the whole Dave 2 if you enjoyed it, sub, like the video. If you didn't like what I said, leave a thumbs down. If you want to comment, cool. If you want to have a conversation going, cool. If not, hey, I ain't losing sleep. All that being said, I just want to talk about it because I feel like there's a whole lot around this beyond just, people just taking things out of context and spinning narratives, and it pisses me off. But anyways, catch you guys in the next one. Stay safe, be blessed, have aloha, and I'll see you around. Peace.